I had a party over the weekend to celebrate my birthday, and it said explicitly on the invitations, Bill does not need any gifts, and yet people brought gifts. I just don't. I don't.
Well, it
understand
said you don't need any. It doesn't say you don't want any.
Well, I did end up with 4 bottles of bourbon, which is, that was okay, I guess. But I really, I don't know. It made me feel weird that people seem to ignore that kind of thing.
Well, it clearly was meant for everybody but that person.
Yeah, right. That's right. But I got this dad jokes book. Somebody thought this would be I think it was my sister. And you want to hear a dad joke from this book?
Sure.
Not really?
It's just going to hurt.
Well, this one's pretty good, actually.
Okay.
My friend is getting rich by taking pictures of salmon dressed in human clothes. It's like shooting fish in apparel. Oh. That's pretty good. No?
It's a long way to go. It's
okay.
They're I don't understand. They're terrible. What did the sofa say when it got hurt?
What did the sofa say when a couch?
Yeah.
Couch.
Couch. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, people should not have brought.
That's Dixie Riddle cups.
Now I didn't bring you a gift, Bill. My husband brought you a gift.
Oh.
He said.
So he apparently didn't see the invitation.
No. He was at the liquor store and said, I was at the liquor store and I bought Bill some bourbon to take to his party.
Well, it was very nice of him, and it was a good party though. It was very fun. Had a lot of fun. A lot of people that I hadn't seen for a while, and one person that I had not seen in 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
Who dat?
His name is Jeff Hirsch, and he lives in Seattle. And we were close for about a year. Back when I was in college at Weber State in the theater department. He was there for a year. We became very close friends during that time. And then he left to go off to another school, and we saw each other maybe twice after that. Once in New York when I was living there. He came to New York on some kind of a trip and looked me up. And then I saw him once in San Francisco a couple of years after that. But then, so it's been about 40 years.
But you must have kept in contact with him.
No.
No?
Really? No, we just sort of stopped.
How did he end up at your party?
Well, I invited him. I thought surely he won't come. But
does he live here or did he fly in?
No, he lives in Seattle.
He flew in for your party.
Wow.
I sent him an invitation, and he immediately texted me and said, I'll be there. And I said, you're kidding me. And then he texted again and said, why would I not be there?
Because you live in Seattle?
Yeah.
And so he flew in on Friday, and he said, do you have time to come and have a drink? And I thought it would be a good idea to sort of catch up before the party.
Because if not, you would have spent the whole time at the party with him, probably.
Yeah. So I met him at the bar at the Monaco where he was staying, which I hadn't been there for a long time. That's a very nice bar.
Oh, it's very nice.
I love it. And we sat probably drinking and eating hors d'oeuvres at the bar for a couple of hours. And then he said, "Oh, I have to go. I've got tickets to the symphony.
Wow.
I've got a ticket to the." He was by himself, but he said, "I love symphonies, and I'm going to go hear the." He said, "Is it a nice hall?" And I said, "Yeah, it's very nice, and I think you'll enjoy it."
That's a big thing. Like, I could see if it was like a close friend that you saw all the time and they were having a birthday party. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go to Bill's birthday. But someone you haven't seen for 40 years, traveling to their party, that's...
Well, we had a really strong connection at one time. And we neglected it and let it lapse. And I think both of us felt bad about that. And he felt bad enough about it to say, you know what, I'm going to go.
You know, there's a whole article in The Atlantic right now about men's friendships.
Yeah, I was just about to read that.
You should read it. because
men don't have friends.
Yeah.
Much.
it's like men struggle. I mean, there's a larger conversation about maybe things are bad right now because men struggle in lots of different ways, and that's coming out in this hyper masculinity stuff.
They're like solitary, lonely.
Yeah, but men aren't good at friendships. And the gist of the story is I had all these friends when I was younger and I've lost touch with them. And it really is about, you should call them even if you haven't heard from them in 40 years. It's maybe reconnect with them.
It
Friends
really
are a
is,
good thing.
It really is. It's ridiculous. I don't see friends very often, and that's ridiculous. I mean, Jeff Maudlin, I consider a really good friend, but we don't see each other that much. Jim Facer, he came down to the party, and
It was good to see Jim.
He was the former owner of X96, and but he and I have been close friends for a long time, but we don't see each other anymore. So.
But they say everybody's sitting at home going, we don't see each other anymore. One of you needs to reach out and say, you know what, we haven't.
Well, isn't it good that I reached out to Jeff Hirsch?
Yeah.
And it was wonderful to see him and talk. Do you know who he was at the party?
No.
He had long gray hair, and he was dressed well. he
always dressed up for the party.
He always dressed well, even in college. He made it a point, and he was dressed well. He had like slacks with pleat in it.
Wow!
And he almost looks like he should have had an ascot on, but he didn't. But he didn't have an ascot. But it was great to see him, and I'm going to make sure that I stay in touch with him, and maybe go visit him.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All my friends are dead.
Gary!
Dad joke, please. Give me a dad joke.
Okay, let's see. A quick dad joke. Let's see. A minute. My dad died when.
Oh, God.
No, that's
Oh no! Okay, I'll
that's
pick a
not
different
Pick
one.
a different one.
Let me pick a different one. What did one earthquake say to the other? Hey, it's not my fault. Oh, those are horrible.
I wish I were dead.